Hi guys, Deluded Gooner. As an outsider looking in at our noisy neighbours from down the road, I can't help but admire what Pochettino was doing for Spurs compared to how they used to be. We never used to take Tottenham seriously. Now they're a genuine threat. Before we want to take or expect to take 3 points, now you want to take 3 points or you'll take a point. They've come a long way, and I can't help but admire Pochettino as someone that enjoys football coaching and things like that. Pochettino is there's so many ways to describe how great the guy is, in my opinion. But in regards to Spurs, I'm going to get into it. Firstly, I believe he's brought the fear factor back to Spurs. Like I just alluded to in the introduction, people are genuinely scared of Spurs now. You play your best team against Spurs. You show Spurs a lot of respect. It's got the fans believing again. The players believe in. They buy into what he wants to do, and they buy into his South American aggression and passion. It's reflected on the playing style, how they press highly and aggressively, how they fight for each other. I'm impressed how with Spurs defensively as well. I believe they have the best. However you look at it, the best back three or five. I believe collectively they have a claim to be the best in the league. They move in sync together. Everybody knows everybody's job as well as their own. It's admirable. It's so admirable. He's shown he's adaptable. Whether it's 4-2-3-1 or it's 3 or 5 at the back, like I said, he's shown that he can play a different variety of ways, making Spurs harder to beat. He's also changed it in many games. You look at the City game when they were getting peppered and it looked like they wasn't going to get anything and it was going to be a cricket score. He changed to 4 at the back, I believe, and they got something out of the game. Forward thinking, smart, very smart man. He's improving players. Dele Alli going from strength to strength. Eric Dyer going from strength to strength. Rose, it's very important to remember this guy was a winger in his early days, consistently getting better season after season. Dyer the same. Toby and Vertonghen, they've played together before for Belgium and things like that, getting better and better. There's so much to admire about him. So yeah, there's that. Clear pathway at Tottenham. I've been to watch a lot of Tottenham's games at their academy ground, and it's positive to see. You can see the under-16s, under-18s, first team all in sync. The younger players know if they perform and they try their hardest, they will get chances, and that's great to see, and that's great for the future of the club. No, regardless of whatever team you support, you like to see home players coming through, so that is great. Tying down key and young players as well. When you look at the stadium move, as an Arsenal fan, you don't know. It might not necessarily happen to you because it happened to us, but you don't know how it's going to happen. So whether you need to sell off your best players, you need to be in the strongest negotiation position as possible, tying key players down to key contracts, tying young players for the future if they need them and things like that. It's great to see what is going on. Improvements constantly to the training ground and things like that. Intense training sessions, double, triple training sessions. There's a lot to admire about Pochettino. There's so much. Spurs have never been a consistent top 4 side, but he has Spurs fans looking beyond that. Has them looking at the league. Has them questioning why not? Can't we win the league? Why? What is different with this side? And I have to admire that. On the cons, recruitment. 3 years been looking for a suitable forward. Janssen, I believe he's good, but he's not of that bracket currently. We like to take the mick out of Spurs fans and say 30 million for Sissoko. It's not that, but for the sheer fact that it can reach that, it shouldn't. I don't know who was negotiating. That shouldn't happen. Selection, particularly in the Champions League, I mean, it can be like he's resting players to qualify for the next Champions League despite being in the Champions League, especially against Monaco. Some dodgy decisions from him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I did some research. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it said Spurs only have won 8 out of the last 24 away games. It could be wrong, but if true, come on, Spurs. And I believe 1 in the last 15 against top 6 sides away from home. Come on, Spurs again. Like, you're better than that. Pochettino is better than that. Like us, I feel Spurs are serial bottlers and they flatter to deceive. Third in a 2-horse race last year, for example. You constantly hear Spurs are the only side that can catch Chelsea this year and last year, when points suggest that all teams can if Spurs can, if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, there has to be that. But before I finish, I don't think that Dele Alli has a position yet in terms that because of the reliance on his creative ability, he gets to run around and gets a free pass, and sometimes he doesn't play well, but goals mask it, like against Chelsea. He will find himself, like Wilshere, like Pogba to a degree, several players just older than him, where they can play a variety of midfield positions, but they need to pick one and master it, if you get what I'm saying. Dyer keeps making cheap mistakes since going back to centre back. The same mistake, especially the one in the Europa League against Gent, where completely unaware of his defender. And yeah, they're the only criticisms I have. Apart from that, I'm very positive about Tottenham's future. Pochettino's 44, probably wants to win stuff. It's easy to see why he's been courted by the best teams in the world. the future looks bright for Spurs. The future looks bright for Pochettino. As an Arsenal fan, it scares me, but I can't be a hater. Thank you for watching. Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, everything. Don't get away without doing that.